So, you have a solution to an important environmental or social challenge. You've tested and iterated on that solution, you have evidence and traction to show that it works, and now you're looking to scale. But what does that mean? Today we're going to talk about the difference between scaling and scaling impact, and give you a quick example of what scaling impact looks like in practice. Here in a business school, we talk a lot about scale in terms of commercial or traditional markets. How do you take a startup and get it as big as possible? The next Amazon, Target, or Coca-Cola. Those traditional businesses are thinking about growing their footprint, selling more widgets, gaining more customers, framing their goals around sales, market share, or most importantly, profits. But that vision of scale is not the same in the impact sector. For enterprises with a social or environmental mission, the ultimate goal is not to maximize profit. It's about maximizing impact and getting closer to meeting the level of need and solving social problems. And that's really hard to do just by selling more widgets or expanding your organization's footprint. For you, as a leader of an impact organization, that means framing your scaling goals not just around your organization, but around the magnitude of the problem. That's going to require you to think differently about how you leverage your unique assets and the solutions that you created. It might mean that your organization stays small, but you find partners, corporations or government who can expand your reach. Perhaps you use your data to advocate for policy change. Maybe you offer training so others can learn from your solutions and extend your work, and on and on. So, what does this look like in practice? Let's take a look at Acre Fund, a social enterprise working to help smallholder farmers grow more food and earn more money. They started in 2006 with their own field officers selling a bundle of farming inputs, financing, and training to smallholder farmers in Kenya. By the end of their first year, they had piloted their solution and had reached 38 farmers. By year 4, they were serving 31,000 farmers, and by 2020, they had served over 1 million. It was incredible progress. But yet they knew that just hiring more staff and growing to more locations wouldn't get them close to meeting the size of the problem. Over 50 million smallholder farmers in sub-Saharan Africa alone. So Acre Fund began to frame their goals around the magnitude of the problem, which they knew would require them to leverage their assets in new ways. To reach their current goal of impacting 10 million farmers by 2030, they're continuing to grow and sell their own bundles. But they're also training existing government agricultural officers to share practices and help them be more effective in supporting farmers. They're working with private sector companies to strengthen seed markets. They're advocating for policy change to impact smallholder farmers' yields and incomes, and much more. Acre Fund realized that their initial solution would not scale at the rate they desired to meet the magnitude of need. So they took a step back to see the other ways in which they were well positioned to move toward impact at scale. And how might you, as a social enterprise, think about scaling your own impact, whether it's on a local, a national, or a global level? Check out our next video, 4 Pathways to Impact at Scale.